Yamaha has a long and storied history with motorsport, including with a certain Valentino Rossi who helped the brand make a name for itself in MotoGP. Its participation and success has eventually led to quite a few innovations, resulting in fast Yamaha motorcycles of all kinds. Those of us of age will fondly remember the RD500LC, a rocket ship of its time. More recently, the YZFR1 changed the game when it debuted the crossplane crankshaft, bringing a meaty mid-range to otherwise peaky inline fours. These things got us wondering, what are the 10 fastest Yamahas ever? You'd assume they'd all be sports bikes, but you'd be surprised to see the list below also has representation from sports touring, muscle, and naked bikes. We've clubbed different generations of a single model into a single entry, and picked the fastest generation where applicable. Or else you'd just see the YZFR1 everywhere. Without further ado, let's dive in. Number 10, Yamaha MT10. The MT10 burst onto the scene with its inline 3-cylinder engine and crossplane crank over a decade ago. And these benefits helped it stand out, and only in the last couple of years have brands like Triumph caught on to the crossplane triple. The middleweight naked is a bundle of fun if you know what you're doing, and Yamaha recently gave it a comprehensive update to bring it right to the head of the Street Fighter category. The R1's IMU-linked electronics give a mind-boggling range of customization, and the new look gives it a more aggressive and sporty appearance. A cherry on top is the upgraded 5-inch TFT unit. Producing about 117 horsepower and 93 Nm of torque, the MT10 is more than capable of offering thrilling acceleration and high-speed fun, whether you're carving through twisty backroads or speeding down highways. The top speed of Yamaha MT10 is 149 miles per hour, equal to 240 kilometers per hour. Number 9, Yamaha VMAX. Long before the Ducati Diavel or the Harley-Davidson VRSC V-Rod, there was this, the Yamaha VMAX. Launched in 1985, it was intended for the US market, and as such, it wanted to set the standard for performance in the cruiser segment. This meant that it pretty much created the muscle cruiser segment. We must also remember that in 1985, its 145 horsepower was more than the fastest motorcycle in the world at the time. When the second generation VMAX was announced in 2008, its 197 horsepower was enough to match the output of leader-class missiles of the day. The VMAX wasn't just about pure power, however. It offered good handling by segment standards thanks to the effort Yamaha put into the chassis. At the risk of repeating ourselves, if there exists a Diavel today, it is probably thanks to the success of the VMAX. The top speed of Yamaha VMAX is 150 miles per hour, equal to 241 kilometers per hour. Number 8, Yamaha FJR 1300. The FJR 1300 has been out and about since 2003, and it has been one of the most comfortable sports tourers available. The large capacity engine has a lot of torque on hand as befits a sport tourer, but it also has 144 horsepower on tap. This is good enough for the FJR 1300 to reach a staggering 154 miles per hour, which makes it one of the fastest Yamahas in history. Of course, it has all the creature comforts that you'd expect from a premium tourer, including electronic suspension, and the pricing is extremely reasonable as well. One of the FJR 1300's standout features is the electronically adjustable throttle modes, offering riders two options: Sport for aggressive throttle response, and Touring for a more relaxed and fuel-efficient ride. This versatility allows the FJR to excel in a variety of riding conditions, making it a true all-rounder. Number 7, Yamaha YZFR6. The Yamaha YZFR6 has earned a reputation as one of the most formidable middleweight supersport motorcycles ever built. First introduced in 1999, the R6 quickly became a dominant force on both the street and the racetrack. With its race-bred design, razor-sharp handling, and high-revving engine, the Yamaha R6 has captivated the hearts of motorcycle enthusiasts for over 2 decades. Get a long enough stretch of tarmac, and the R6 will show you 156 miles per hour, quite plenty for even the back straight at the Circuit of the Americas. The R6 isn't road legal anywhere anymore, since the cost of updating the engine to meet emission norms is prohibitive. But it can be purchased as a track-only bike. There are rumors of it making a comeback, but in a different avatar. Number 6. Yamaha FZ1. The FZ1 was the naked semi-fared of R1, a position that the MT10 occupies now. However, the second generation FZ1, also called Phaser in a few markets, is what we're here to talk about. At that time, the naked versions of leader-class supersport bikes had detuned engines to make them more usable for street use. But the FZ1 had the same engine with 5 valves per cylinder. If you revved it out to 11,000 RPM, you'd be rewarded with a rush like no other. The FZ1 of 2006 was the original street fighter that pulled no punches, even if the engine was detuned. The top speed of FZ1 was 158 miles per hour, equal to 254 kilometers per hour. Number 5. Yamaha MT10. The Yamaha MT10 is the flagship model in Yamaha's hyper-naked MT lineup, which has gained immense popularity for offering thrilling performance in a stripped-down and aggressive package. The MT10 takes inspiration from Yamaha's renowned YZFR1 superbike, borrowing its potent engine and advanced technology, while combining it with more upright ergonomics and a design suited for street riding. The MT10 with electronic suspension is our favorite Japanese motorcycle of all in 2024. It is a thrill a minute with that crossplane crank, giving it the low-down torque we all desire in a street fighter, and the inline-4 configuration giving it the top-end rush we want from a leader engine. Top speed of this amazing bike is 160 miles per hour, equal to 257 kilometers per hour. Number 4. Yamaha YZF1000R, Thunder Race. In the 1990s, everyone was playing catch-up to the original Fireblade, which showed the world what a sports bike could be. We're used to excellence from Yamaha, but honestly, the YZF1000R was a stopgap measure while Yamaha came up with something that could take the fight to the Fireblade. The R1 wouldn't make an appearance until 1998, so the YZF1000R Thunder Race was made from parts already available, to save on R&D costs. The frame was modified from a YZF750R, while the FZR1000 donated the engine. The power band wasn't changed significantly. Despite being a successor, it had the same peak horsepower as the FZR1000. Still, it did manage a top speed that was quite impressive, 164 miles per hour, or 265 kilometers per hour. Number 3. Yamaha FZR1000 EG Up. The FZR1000 doesn't get talked about enough. It was the first application of the Delta Box chassis that Yamaha today uses on even 125cc offerings. Back then, using an aluminum perimeter frame was unheard of, outside of a racing bike. Needless to say, the FZR1000 was the best handling motorcycle of the day until the 1992 Fireblade and wowed everyone who rode it. The EG Up was Yamaha's patented exhaust valve technology that allowed high lift cams to be used in a road-going engine. It would restrict the exhaust at low revs and de-restrict it at high revs, giving it a smooth torque curve across the rev range. All this added up to a fine 170 miles per hour top speed. Number 2. Yamaha YZFR7, OW02. Not to be confused with the R7 of today, the OG YZFR7 of the turn of the century was a race replica in the true sense of the word. It was a homologation special, so if you had one, you truly needed to know what you were doing to extract the most out of it. Of course, to help with homologation globally, the engine was neutered and made just over 100 horsepower. But the R7 was always intended to be fitted with a race kit that added a bunch of things like a carbon fiber airbox with ram air intake, a carbon fiber muffler, and an increase in engine power to a mighty 160 horsepower at 13,700 RPM. No wonder it could top 174 miles per hour, or 280 km per hour. And finally, number 1, Yamaha YZF1M. Yamaha has a rich heritage of building supersport motorcycles designed to deliver the pinnacle of performance on and off the track. Based on the legendary YZF1, the R1M goes a step above. Standard features include premium Olints electronic racing suspension, a standard communication control unit for data and lap time acquisition with your smartphone, MotoGP-derived electronics and carbon fiber bodywork. From cross-plane crankshaft engines to revolutionary electronics such as the 6-axis inertial measurement unit, Yamaha's historical achievements have become the future of our world. At the heart of the YZF1M beats a 998cc cross-plane crankshaft inline-4 engine, which delivers 197 horsepower and 113 Nm of torque. This bike is limited to 186 miles per hour as per the gentleman's agreement, but if you let off the leash, it is capable to reach 195 miles per hour, equal to 315 kilometers per hour. Well, hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please like the video and subscribe the channel to get notified my future videos. Thanks for watching, and see you the next one.